Hello and welcome to Code Start with me, Mohammed Fathi. We are still talking about C#.NET Core. Today I am gonna talk about Sealed Modifier. When you applied a seal to a class, the Sealed Modifier prevents other classes from inheriting from your class. You use the sealed modifier on a method or property that overrides a virtual method or property in a base class. So to declare this, let me create a new project by using Visual Studio 2019. You can use VS Code. Let me click the Visual Studio 2019 and let me create a new project. The type of the project will be console app. Let me click next, and the name of the project will be sealed my or sealed class and member. Click create. The project will be created. So the first point I want to declare or I want to show you is the sealed class can't be inherited, prevent a class from inheriting from it. So if you gonna create a class, for example this class, right click in the project, add a new item. For example, this class may be called person. Press enter. If you're gonna make this class sealed, this means you can't inherit from this class. So if you have another class, for example, right click, add a new item, add a class called student, and let me this class extend the person by click person. This will make an error. So class sealed class student can't derive from sealed type person. The student class can't derive or inherit from the person class. So this means when you apply the class, the sealed modifier prevent other classes from inheriting from it. So this if you try to make another class, let me for example remove this sealed here person, remove the seal to make the error gone. So let me create a new class, add a new item. This class, for example, called X. Click add. This class is not a sealed class. This class contain a method protected void virtual to make this overridden in the subclass. Virtual void the method called f, and let me make console dot write line x class dot f method to print the f method in the x class. So let me create a new method protected virtual void f2. Console dot write line x dot f2 method. So in the x class we have two methods, f and f2, and both of the methods virtual. Virtual means they can be overridden in the subclasses. So let me create another class here. After the x class we can make another class called y, and it will be extend or inherit from the x class. So let me try to override the protected. Let me type override protected, override the method called f. You can override the, for example, f method, and here we can print console dot write line y dot f. This means if you try to create a new object from the y and try to call the f method, it will print this method, this override, so not print this. If you ignore this, it will be print the parent one. So let me go to the program. This is the called y. Let me go to the program, the main, and try to create a new class from the y1 equal new y. If you try to call y.f, for example, y1 dot, let me go here to the x. Let me this public, and make this public. So if you go to the y and try to create an object from the y and try to call the y1 dot, go here, y protected override. Let me make this, oh, it's protected. Let me make public and make this public and make this public to be visible public. And if you go here and y dot, you can see the if method. If you try to call this, the if it will call this method. So let me run. Go to the program and try to run. It will be print y.f. So if you remove this and try to run, it will be x.f, the parent one. So I am here to override this method. So if you wanna to prevent this, so let me first create a new protected, and this make this sealed. Sealed public. This means anyone inherit from the y can't override this method. So let me make override the another one, protected or public override void f2, and here console dot write line y dot f2, and let me leave this as it is and make this sealed. This means sealed, anyone inherit from the y can't override this method. So let me make another class called class z, inherit from the class y, and here I am trying to implement override the if method. So let me public override void f function. Let me make this f. We can't. It will make an error because the f is marked as a sealed method. So can't override inherited member because it's sealed. So the sealed method can't be overridden. So if you try to override this will make an error. So if you try to override another method, public override void f2, it will be work fine because it's not sealed. Console dot write line z dot f2. So this, if you try to run, it will make an error because this can't be overrun. Let me comment this to make it work. So when you define a new methods or properties in a class, you can prevent deriving classes from overriding them by not declaring them as a virtual. When you apply it to a method or property, the sealed modifier always be used with overrides because structs are implicitly sealed, they can't be inherited. So you must remark or remember that to determine whether to seal a class, method, or a property, you should generally consider the following 2 points: the potential benefits that deriving classes might gain through the ability to customize your class, the potential that deriving classes could modify your class in such a way that they would no longer work correctly or expected. So please don't forget to share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.